Sam, a great finish for you with the white pieces against Andrew Tang. You wanted really badly to win this game, and in fact you did so in extraordinary fashion. But it all started in the opening. After d3, he started thinking for 30 minutes, and he decided to play that move d5. Let's take a look at that, and tell us your reaction after the move d5.
Yeah, he generally doesn't play the marshal, but I did see that he tries it sometimes in critical games. So I didn't really expect this line. I decided to play d3 to avoid all the theoretical lines. And, you know, he went for the pawn sack anyway with d5. Initially, I thought, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to take the pawn. But he had an idea. He wanted to get rid of my bishop. I mean, if you play h3 instead of d3, bishop b7, d3, d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes e5, knight d4. This is like one of the critical positions. And I think he wanted this after h3, so that was his kind of concept after d3 as well.
That makes sense.
I mean, the main problem for him is the bishop is kind of stuck on c8, and I have a lot of tactical resources, as you saw.
Yes, yes, you did. And this was actually a very nice one. After knight takes b3, a takes b4. A critical moment at this point.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time here because both knight takes a1 and knight d4 are very important. If knight d4, I have a beautiful move, knight takes b5. Once again, this tactic works. He probably has to take on b4 when I'm pretty much a healthy pawn.
Yes, and he took on a1. We initially looked at this position and we were like, okay, this is over, right? You just pick up the knight on a1 at the right moment and then this is over. But it wasn't that easy to get to that knight because of this a5 idea. Yet you found this move rook to e4.
Exactly. That's why I spent so much time on this a takes b4, because initially I thought, okay, he can't take on a1. Then I started realizing his pawn on b4, he can just go a5 and protect his knight.
Yeah.
So here I spent some time, and I really like this move rook e4, because if I can get my rook to c5, I have a really good structure. So if I start with rook e5, very important, he plays rook e8, and I can't play rook c5 because of knight takes c2, back rank problems.
Yes.
So the reason I started with rook e4 was, one of the reasons is if he plays a5, which is the natural move in the position, b takes a5, rook takes a5, I have b4, and the bishop goes to b2, and his knights, he has to protect his knight with two rooks, and I'm attacking his king. So I think he had to play rook a8 instead of a5. Sorry, rook e8.
E8, okay.
Yeah, rook e8, yeah. Yeah, and now bishop e3, he amazingly can still go a5. It's really annoying.
And now if he takes with a queen, yeah?
Exactly, yeah. I was going to play rook d4 and h4 and just play this position. I still think white's better, but it's very complicated with the knight and a1.
Yeah.
So when he chose queen c6, I was very happy because I managed to get this clamp with the rook on c5.
Very nice.
And now my rook protects c2, which is like one of the good things about this position.
Yeah, he can never get his knight out anymore.
Yeah, rook a8 was an interesting practical try because he wants to take on b2, and if I play bishop c3, he has a nice trick with knight b3.
Ooh, very nice. Yes, you can still survive.
Yeah, so
bishop takes g7, but
I can still survive, yes.
Same.
And also, if after knight b3, rook g5, I thought this wins on the spot. Initially, he has knight d4, which was kind of could be a cold shower. The knight came from a1 to d4. Yeah, so I went for bishop c1. Yes. Exactly, yeah. So I went for bishop c1, b4, queen h5, and yeah, he did this. I had no time, but I managed to calculate until knight e5. I think this wins, because after queen e4, I have rook takes c7. Oh, very nice, okay. Rook takes c7, rook f8, queen g5, and his pieces are just out of the game. I'm just mating him.
Yes. There's no way to defend against it.
Same thing after queen b3, rook takes c7. Just one detail that's important. He doesn't have rook a7, which is kind of saving the game because I take and there's mate on e8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So he has to give the knight, and then white's just easily winning.
Yeah. Very nicely calculated. Definitely a satisfying way to finish a tournament in such a complex battle with a good victory. Congratulations, Sam. We'll see you in the next tournament.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Carissa repeat.